Hello, I'm playing Felivera, who I believe is some kind of sloth. Is that correct? Um, let's take a look at this kingdom. We've got Ronin again. Do we have actions? Not really. And we have Haunted Woods for the attack. Outpost turns could be good. Foresight doesn't seem like it does that much. Kintsugi seems like it does some stuff. I think I'm taking a Fisherman on a 4-2. Um, and then like Fisherman, potentially cargo ship. But we'll peer at the kingdom a little bit and see. Cargo ship lets us potentially hit Sanctuary, which is kind of the thing that we want to hit. Do I want cargo ship as my terminal? Not really. I want Haunted Woods as my terminal. So maybe I just take a Courier then. And I'm pretty happy to take more Fishermen to start here. Pick up a Sanctuary this turn, and then next turn get a Haunted Woods, and then we go into Horn of Plenty stuff, I think. Yeah, we don't want to trigger a shuffle with this Fisherman, so we play Sanctuary. And I feel like I'm quite a bit ahead already, even on turn 4, but maybe I'm overreading things. They bought Kintsugi to trash an estate. Oh wow, that was unfortunate. Um, okay. Do I get another courier? I guess I want to get 1 silver for Horn of Plenty stuff. But I'm kind of unhappy with that. Um, unhappy with that estate draw because I usually hit 5 there. But we're definitely going to hit 5 here. And we get the Haunted Woods. And there should be, with Fisherman and Sanctuary, there should be enough terminals that we can play. The non-terminals, the Fisherman and Sanctuary, that we can play Courier. But I'm going to grab a second Haunted Woods here. And hopefully find something good. If I draw a Courier, I don't even know that I'm going to play it because I guess I would play it because then I can always just play the other Haunted Woods, and if I draw a terminal, not quite sure what to do here. I can't just trash an estate with Kintsugi. I can buy another Courier. I have 2 Fishermen in a Sanctuary. I can buy a Cellar, which lets my Haunted Woods get up. So I'll have Copper, Silver, Cellar, Courier, Fisherman, Sanctuary, Horn of Plenty. So perhaps I can just take a Cellar. And Cellar's pretty good with Courier. Oh, they've got an Outpost already. Interesting. So they're going for Outpost stuff. That's kind of remarkable to me that if that works, but I would not put it past them. I felt like I was ahead on turn 4 and then behind on turn 6. And now it's turn 8, and I'm not quite sure. All right, well, I'm not. Yeah, I can just keep the Courier. And we take the Horn of Plenty. And we keep the Courier for next turn. Yeah, so the thing I'm going to do here is play the Cellar to discard the Fisherman and some other stuff. And then we can fairly guaranteed draw back around. They do have quite a bit more Fishermen than me. Not quite sure how that happened. Outpost turn? Yeah. And my Sanctuaries were not near the tops of my shuffles, so I was not finding 5s reliably. So I think there's like 4-2 in Fisherman, which is pretty challenging. It seems unreasonable for them to play Outpost, alternate playing Outpost and Haunted Woods. It seems tough for them to get back around to the Haunted Woods on the Outpost turn. But I don't know. What is Foresight doing? So they're just getting a guaranteed action at the beginning of the next turn. And their deck's almost all cantrips at this point, so maybe it's not unreasonable. They've exiled many more things than me. I know, I feel like some stuff must have missed a shuffle at some point. I'm not actually that worried about the Haunted Woods, I guess, because of there's going to be nothing left, and I can even top deck some actions if I need to in some cases. Okay, so we'll play one Fisherman, and then we'll play the Sanctuary. And then Cellar will discard 4. And then Courier plays the Fisherman, which gets us to the end of our shuffle. Okay, this is what the goal was. I do want to get, interestingly, like Foresight. Can Foresight do stuff? I don't want to trigger a bad shuffle, I guess. I can get another Horn of Plenty. I can get a Sanctuary and something else. Yeah, maybe just a Sanctuary. Maybe just 2 Horns of Plenties. And hope I draw. I can also take another Fisherman to sort of guarantee I have something I can discard to Courier. But I think I'm going to take 2 Horn of Plenties and be greedy. And I can Foresight a... No, if there was a world where I could Foresight a Cellar if I buy it, but then I don't quite have enough money. So I'll take one more Cellar. This should be most of their bad cards in this hand. So like they do have to draw through and find that Outpost. But it looks like they're drawing their whole deck now. Or much of it. That was lucky. If that was a treasure or something, then they lose a turn. So again, if they don't find their Haunted Woods here, it does put them in a bit of a spot. And they've got 8 dead cards. They're starting with a 3-card hand. Interesting. Yes, they're doing the Cellar stuff now too. Okay, so they did have a dead turn, but it's an Outpost turn, so it's a free dead turn. Once at the top of their shuffles, they're able to gain a Fisherman as well. Okay. So keep playing. And so here I discard 3 cards and hope to find stuff. I did not find all my stuff. Maybe I don't care. I can discard 3 and then play the Courier to play the Haunted Woods. If I find the Courier. If I don't find the Courier, I'm finding what? Bad stuff? So maybe I play the Haunted Woods and just keep the Cellar for next turn. Okay. So Couriers seem like they're plus. So Courier's letting me sift and play stuff out of the discard pile, which seems useful. I think I do want to get a gold so I can do Kintsugi stuff though. And I can't take another Fisherman. I think I'm good on Sanctuaries now. Maybe I just take another Courier and say that that's enough stuff. I don't think I'm going to get that many more provinces into play. Is that true? I think I do need to take another Horn of Plenty. And one more Courier. And we top deck the Cellar. And so now we can hopefully Cellar and discard some actions that we draw and play the Courier to play those actions. We're pretty likely to find some actions in this size of deck. The Sanctuary's been very slow going. Even exiling a copper, like every time I draw it, it's turn 11. It's been quite slow to find. I'm interested to see when they decide to go with their. Do they get a second sanctuary? Okay, they're getting the rest of the horns. I'm concerned with their drawing, and then I guess they're going for one mega turn, which makes sense. Which is going to have to be on a Haunted Woods turn, I assume, and not an Outpost turn. So again, like they need to find their Haunted Woods next turn amidst all the Hornet Plenties. Maybe they have enough stuff with the Cellar now that they get there pretty easily. Yeah, so they got their Sanctuary on turn 4. This was really unlucky the turn I had to buy a silver. I got a Fisherman because they were instead able to get a Fisherman because I played the Courier and it was an estate. If it's anything other than an estate, I get a nice buy that turn. And then they got a Fisherman and an Outpost because they hit they hit 7 that turn. Which was just sort of, they got a bunch of stuff on that turn, and then they got the Outpost, and they seem to be ahead. So they have missed their Haunted Woods. So that seems to give me a turn at least to do something, or to get like 2 provinces myself here, knowing that they can't get 7. The Haunted Woods is really weird to me. Are they giving up on Outpost stuff? Because they now have 3 terminals in the deck. And in theory, they're drawing most of their deck every turn. Is there a different pile that we can 3-pile? Fisherman, estate, or something? How much money do I have? Okay, they have gone back and gotten rid of the horn gain. They've gained a duchy. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to assume that the Cellar is the card I want to play with the Courier. Play the Courier. Oh, we can play this Fisherman now. We can play the Courier. What are those bottom couple of cards of my deck? More Horns of Plenties? So Haunted Woods, Cellar, Courier, Fisherman, Sanctuary. That's 5. And I've got 3 horns here and 9 money, which is not nearly enough to do anything. I'm only going to have 6 uniques in play. So I kind of just need to play this horn here, gain something. And then they do not have a horn in play, but they set something aside with Haunted Woods. So that's interesting. So if I sell or discard 2, what did I gain last turn? I gained Courier, Gold, Horn of Plenty. Seems like this is most all of my stuff. But I think I am playing the Cellar now and discarding 2. Yeah, I just never found the Sanctuary to draw the estate. Yeah, so this seems like we both came up short at some of these buys. I think I need to get more draw somehow. I'm not really sure how to come across that. And if we buy stuff that's not provinces, that's not draw, I'm just lowering the piles for them to get a pile out. So I guess I do need to get 1 duchy, and then I don't really want to lower anything more, which is awkward. And another Courier, I guess. Is there anything I want to do with Foresight? Trash a card from your hand. Don't really want to do that. I feel like I'm just in a terrible position. Kind of have to hope that they can't do that much on their turn. I guess I'm going to go 1 Sanctuary, 1 Courier, and hope that I can I think I'm going to buy a Cellar and Foresight it. I think this should give me enough stuff to work through the turn, but I'm not sure. Maybe I've guaranteed a dud. Maybe it's just easy for them to pile out here. 4 Sanctuaries and the Fisherman, or 6 Duchies and the Fisherman. Doesn't look like it though, so I'm still in it. I may have to discard this Courier into the shuffle. Courier being able to play the Horn of Plenty in the middle of the turn is really cool. I just wish we had a village. But we'll see what we draw. I mean, there's a world where I just have a win off of playing a Horn of Plenty from the discard pile, but that seems pretty unlikely. Okay. So Courier can go reach into the discard pile and play a Fisherman, which seems like the best thing to do to start the turn. Right, because I can't play more than that. So we'll start by playing a Fisherman. And then Sanctuary, don't exile. We'll discard 4 here. Fisherman, Sanctuary, don't exile. We have another Cellar down there. So Haunted Woods. So Haunted Woods, Courier, Fisherman, Sanctuary, Cellar. That's 5. Silver, gold, Horn of Plenty. I basically just need to find my last 2 Horns of Plenty, and I can gain 4 duchies, right? I don't need the silver because I'm trying to gain duchies. Then Courier plays the Haunted Woods, and I didn't quite get there, I don't think. I'm short 1 gain. So I can go Duchy, Fisherman. I can go Sanctuary, Fisherman, but that's not enough to win. If I go Sanctuary, Foresight, Fisherman costs 2. That's not enough to win. Kintsugi costs 3, so I can Kintsugi Courier into Duchy. And then buy 2 estates. Was I first player or second player? I was first player. So I can gain 2 sanctuaries and a province. So maybe I need to undo back to this step. So play a silver and gain 3 duchies. Gain 3 duchies, buy a duchy, and I'm still not sure I'm winning here. Sanctuary, Fisherman, Kintsugi, Courier to Duchy, or buy a duchy. Okay. Into Duchy, buy a duchy. That was a tricky one. I think I got a little lucky there. They had some duds at the right time. And yeah, it was a really tricky game. The Kintsugi stuff. The Kintsugi stuff was interesting. Counting your deck, tracking your deck was important. I think I needed more horns, but I couldn't really get them going. Getting more Fishermen seemed like it was a good play and let them get more horns, but the deck's still just too big to get the Haunted Woods Outpost stuff to work. So I think in balance, double Haunted Woods was slightly better, but they were a little bit ahead, and maybe with better draws, Haunted Woods Outposts just crushes. But I think I liked double Haunted Woods better. I liked their Fisherman thing better as well. So tough kingdom, fun kingdom. Glad to get a win there against an old friend.